I'm only 4 videos into this series on designing new Paradox Pokemon, and I already missed a weekly upload. I promise you this is not going to be the last time either. I have less consistency than a drunkard playing darts. But hey, at least I get an excuse this month since exam week is about to start for me. Fun. Either way, the amount of support I've been getting on this series is honestly insane, and I've been getting lots of great ideas in the comments that really got me wanting to design. I have at least 20 designs I have notes written down for, and it's so hard to choose which ones I want to go with first. Like how in my last video I teased designing a new Chimchar form in the next video, however that still hasn't even been put to paper yet. Mainly because I wanted to explore the ideas that you guys left down in the comments, and there's still enough ideas and support for a second part already down there, so if you'd like to see that, make sure to leave your support on this video and comment any potential Pokemon you'd like to see receive a new form in a future video. I know almost every YouTuber says this, but over 99% of viewers really don't be subscribed, so if you enjoyed this content and want to see more, you know what to press. I'll really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into our first request, a past paradox for Emboar. My initial idea for Emboar was a wild demonic boar with fully whited out eyes, and I still mostly stuck to that design, with a few changes. I based a large bit of Emboar's body shape off of Pumbaa from The Lion King to try and get some more feral boar elements into the design, but that really didn't click until I changed the angle. This here design is actually the only Pokemon whose model differs from the initial drawing, as when modeling I noticed looking at the Pokemon head-on resembled a samurai helmet, so I reworked the design from a brutish boar into more of an angry samurai pig. I may go back and redraw this Pokemon to better reflect this in its art, however with so many designs and sketches in the back burner, I'm happy with the first depiction of our Paradox Emboar. Combusting Temper, the Paradox Pokemon. Labeled as the Daimyo Pokemon in a certain paranormal magazine, this Pokemon charges any potential threat it detects, attempting to scare them away with its bolstering flames, before forcing any Pokemon to submit with their large tusks. Here's our design for Emboar. I'll show off some of the differences on the model once we get there, but for now we still have one more Paradox Pokemon to design. And for the first time since the start of this series, I'm not doing a past and future design. We'll be doing a second past Paradox form for Genesect. Also, I forgot to record my drawing and modeling process for Paradox Genesect, but I mean, hey, I was enjoying some delicious baked goods that day, so I wasn't entirely all there. So, the initial conundrum with Genesect is whether or not I try to capture what Genesect would have actually looked like before its augmentations, or to try and design a Pokemon that resembled the armored Genesect we see today. It was honestly an easy decision thinking over it. Paradox Pokemon are paradoxical, so having Genesect's Paradox form somehow still resemble its mechanized appearance just felt right with the other oddities like Brute Bonnet. This design is based off of a Gyclopterus renininae? Gyclopterus renininae. The name on the screen. It's a silly little sea scorpion from the Devonian Age. I wanted to initially capture Cambrian era early creature vibes with this design, but that really didn't do Genesect's design justice. So I decided something left in the primordial soup to develop a little longer, but sharing the same principles should do just fine. And I'm really happy with how well it captures the prehistoric vibe without needing to appear aggressive, larger, or spikier. Crawling Claws, the Paradox Pokemon. While its body is developed to withstand pressures you would only encounter on the seafloor, specimens have only been discovered in Paldea's Great Crater. This Pokemon may have been native to the area in a time when Paldea rests entirely under the sea. So, now that we've got our designs finished, it's time for the tried and true process of modeling them. Since I only recorded me modeling Combusting Temper, I'll play that in the background of this section as I lay out some general thoughts about this step. I've become much more proficient with Blockbench since my first video, at least I feel like I have, and as a result I find myself spending much more time fine-tuning the models. This overall does improve the quality, but it always increases the time it takes for me to actually get one of these videos out. It definitely shows through in the finished product though, so I can't really complain. I'd also like to learn how Blockbench's animated textures work, so if you guys know anything about that, please leave some tips down below. But now with our models done, and our data pack coded, it's time for us to see these guys in game. Whoa, oh my goodness. Oh my god, guys. Can you believe it? We're in Minecraft. That means we're here with all the models. I actually love how they look at the PC. Look at this. This looks so cool. So we have Combusting Temper here, as well as Crawling Claws. Both the normal and shiny versions. We can compare Combusting Temper to Emboar, but sadly there is no Genesect modeled in to compare it to. So let's just take these three guys out for now. We look at Combusting Temper here. From the front on, as you see, this is the samurai helmet kind of motif it's got if you look at it front on. I love the size of this thing. This thing feels dangerous. I really love it. And on the back here, as you can see, there's a crest on its back. That is the Oda clan crest, I think. Is that right? Yeah, that is the samurai. This is the Oda samurai clan's crest. Oh my god, I can't. Oda samurai clan's crest. There we go. I probably got good footage for that somewhere. Let me press K. And as you can see, there's a mist of textures now. So a few Pokemon actually have these. Let me just get at another example real quick. So let's look at Iron Radiator, who also has a mist of textures now, and look at that. That looks so much cooler. I actually was looking at the shiny version myself. I should have showed that one off. I think the shiny of Iron Radiator looks so cool now. Look at that. I absolutely love it. If you guys are playing with shaders, these look so awesome. Now let's look at our shiny version. So the shiny has the glowing blue. That looks so cool. Oh my god. Look at that. Let's turn our shaders off so my PC does not overheat. Actually, I could probably run this in shaders. Let's have a look at this. As you can see, it's got the idle animation where he kicks his foot into the ground, kicks up dirt, gets ready to charge. Okay, now let's compare Emboar and Combusting Temper. Oh my god, Emboar's... Yeah, this is the animated effects, or the animated textures I was talking about. I want to learn how to do that so I can have the same effect here on this Pokemon. That's super sick. I really like this Pokemon. I really like Combusting Temper. I'm doing a lot of Fire-type starters, and I haven't touched any other starters, but it's fine. These have been sick designs. Now let's take a look at Crawling Claws. I won't bother taking Genesect out. Let's look at this in the water, shall we? Okay, now shaders is starting to affect my performance a little. We're going over near the water. Okay. Look at this. Oh no, don't go all the way up to the top. Ah. Look at that. That's so cool. I love the aesthetic of this Pokemon. Whoa. I flew up so quick. But yeah, look at... I love the aesthetic of this Pokemon. I just think it's super cool. Let's get the shiny version out. I love shiny Genesect. I've loved shiny Genesect since I watched the movie. I got the shiny Genesect promo card that came with the DVD release of it, actually. I don't really have as much to say about Genesect, actually. It's got the cannon on its back still. I didn't want to remove that. I wanted to almost make it feel like a natural part of the Pokemon. Oh my god, look at this. This is super cool, honestly. Oh. Okay, they're getting ready to fight. I suppose now it's just the point where I go through the statuses of them. So let me get at these shiny versions as well. So Combusting Temper is a fire ground type. I was honestly not really sure what I wanted to make the secondary type fighting. Already felt pretty good, but I didn't want to leave it as the same. So I made it a fire ground type. And Crawling Claws is a bug water type. As for their movesets, Combusting Temper has Outrage, Extreme Speed, Burn Up, Stone Edge, a bunch of useful moves here. I made sure to give these guys more diverse movesets now that you can actually catch these guys in vanilla. So you definitely will have some very useful moves on these guys. I think you can definitely make some pretty good movesets. And if you want, you can definitely find some niche to have these guys on your team. We can have a look at their stats. Their base stats for Crawling Claws is 50 HP, 120 special attack, 151 attack, 90 defense, 135 speed, and 90 defense. This thing is a very frail, quick attacker. It's got almost no HP stat. While Combusting Temper, on the other hand, has 165 HP, 135 attack, 95 special attack, 50 special defense, 50 defense, and 95 speed. This thing has a lot of HP, it's very frail, and it can hit hard. Its speed is also pretty good. I think a 95 speed tier is pretty high end, so these are pretty good Pokemon. But with nothing else really left to say, I will let Outro Me take over from here. Well, that's everything I gotta offer for this video. Like always, if you want to download and play with these Pokemon in your game, I've included links to the COBBLEMON mod, as well as the download for my data pack in the description below. I've also added a few more biomes that certain Pokemon can spawn in, such as if you find a lush cave, you have a much higher chance of finding a certain floor crawler than out in the oceans. I've also noticed people are commenting they're having issues installing the data pack, so I might make a short video on how to fully install and play with COBBLEMON's data packs, but for now, I've got to get back to preparing for my exams. Once I get my summer break, expect more from me then. Ciao!